science. My mom's in healthcare, first as a nurse and now in a cutting edge, I would say, cutting edge program at Atlanta, dealing with alternative type stuff. I'm not a chameleon. I'm not going to change my views just because everyone else tells me what they think I should do. I'm going to take the views I was raised with and what I've gained and what I've seen has worked, and I'm going to take that to the people, and I'm going to get the response, and it tends to be very positive, and they can vote for me or not.
Thank you. Who or what most influences your decision-making related to public policy? Jamie Dalton.
Thank you, Linda. That's a great question. I would have to say my constituents and my conscience. I will be working with a great group of people, including Broad, Beard, Szymanski, Sunjam, Dean, Downey, Drazkowski, Pepin, Severson, Holberg, Garofalo, Coles, Kiffmeyer, Gottwald, Paul Anderson, Erdahl, Smith, and others. And I am really inspired, to tell you the truth, with the legislation that went through last year. Did not get passed because it's in the minority, but it is inspiring to look it over and to contemplate what is possible for my constituents and make a decision based on how my constituents feel and what is best. Thanks.
Thank you. Who or what most influences your decision-making related to public policy? Carlos Mariani.
What a great question. You know, it's a mix of things. I can tell you I'm a Democrat, and I'm proud to be a Democrat. I consider that my political community. But perhaps oddly enough, they're not the first group that I listen to. Who I listen to is a deep voice inside that's based on many years of experience and studying and reflection. I consider myself a constant student. I root myself deeply in good Western Enlightenment ideals and liberal ideology. And then I spend a lot of time with folks who live in my community. I have a great relationship with them, and they keep me humble. They bring me back down the earth, and between my conscience and my interaction with my neighbors, they really provide me a very strong compass. And sometimes it doesn't make me the most popular kid in the block, but that's our job. Our job is not just to be popular.
Thank you very much. I glanced up at the clock and was surprised. I've learned a lot and enjoyed listening to all of your very thoughtful answers this evening. Before we begin closing statements, I would like to apologize to those who submitted questions and we were unable, due to time constraints, that we were not able to ask them, including actually my favorite one, which I'd save for last. So I encourage anyone whose questions have not been covered to ask the candidates directly, either at the end of after the end of the forum or by contacting them. The closing statements will then be given in reverse order from the opening statements, and please remember that you have 2 minutes for your concluding remarks. So we will start at the far end of the table with Jamie Dalton.
Thank you, Linda. I think it's very critical that we get legislation passed that is pro-business next session. I want to help my district bring jobs to my district, deal with health care in a Minnesota manner, not a federal manner. I want to bring the Minnesota Internet Tax Freedom Act to Minnesota, which is on my website, jamieforstaterep.com. And there are many issues that I would like to have more time to talk over with you and with my opponent. There are many differences between my opponent and I. I will push for a photo ID requirement at the ballot and support any effort to further comply with the Help America Vote Act of 2002. I think that will help Minnesota a lot. I will defend our handicapped residents from unresponsive human service agencies and advocate on behalf of handicapped residents for the fulfillment of contractual obligations of their landlords. I will stand up to progressives in the St. Paul Chamber, City Council, County Commission, who purport to be pro-business but yet oppose big box retail at the expense of high vacancy rates in downtown and congestion. And I will support the phasing out of the corporate tax. close the ambiguity of the use tax that serves only to scare online buyers in Minnesota, institute an exemption up to $250,000 for buyers and sellers online. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, our first candidate for House District 65B, second candidate for House District 65B, Carlos Merriam.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here this evening and for sticking around and listening to six folks expound on their theories and ideas. This is really what democracy is all about. Let me just say that Minnesota is a terrific place. I didn't grow up here. I've lived in other parts of the country. I've traveled overseas. We have something special in this state. We're not the most special. We're not the best, but we're pretty darn good. And what makes us good as a people is our willingness to work together with one another. And that's really what motivates me. I think it's what motivates most people in St. Paul, the city that I proudly represent, a city of communities, a city of active citizens, and a city of diverse people who, even through the diversity, can agree to disagree but still build together. That's what it's all about for me. And you have my commitment and my ongoing promise that as a legislator, if reelected, if honored again with that blessing, I will continue to embody that value of working together with everyone, including my GOP colleagues across the aisle. Obviously, we're going to fight like heck because there's some things we just don't see eye to eye on. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, it's being able to come together and agree to what we can agree to in the best service of people. For me, it's about social justice. It's about inclusiveness. It's about community building. It's about being really smart about investing in the things that are going to keep us strong into the future. Our young people, our infrastructure, our social institutions. And so, so thank you. Thank you much for the opportunity to share those thoughts with you this evening.
Thank you. Our first candidate for Minnesota House District 65A, Rena Moran.
I open up by saying that I got into this race because I felt that there was a voice missing in my district. I truly believe that we must balance the budget. It has to be done. But I believe that it also has to be done so it's not balanced on the back of the working class and the poor. I live in one of the most diverse districts. So what that means to me is, first, we must continue to bring diverse communities together. We must, as I will, fight to ensure that we have a strong educational system where all our kids are successful in school and in life, where we have so many families at this time, right now, who are losing jobs and homes, that we must continue to have affordable housing so that our kids can be stabilized, so that families can be stabilized, so that we can get the best out of our kids, our families, and our community. But we also must have a universal health care where no family is making decisions on whether or not they should be going to the hospital, self-diagnosing themselves, buying grocery. Those are decisions that we cannot continue to allow families to make and put the burden on the emergency room. I also would like to say that we must also continue to create safe streets. And safe streets and community happens when we have opportunity available for everyone. And so as the next state representative, I will continue to work hard, fight hard. I will continue over the next 2 weeks to continue to knock doors and listen and hear from my constituents, my neighbors, my friends, so that I can be the best voice, the best representation that comes from 65A. That is representing the concerns, the values of District 65A. Thank you.
Thank you.